All-Star, and I had Joe Torre as my host.
Okay, that's a ball motherfucker too. Talk about your relationship with Martin. Did you have one? How were you and Martin?
Nah. Me and Martin whenever. I didn't dislike Martin, but you know, he was just arrogant, nigga. I'm be honest with you. He just wasn't what it was. He thought he was the shit, and you know, he turned out to be the shit, you know, pretty much. But he wasn't cool. I mean, not with me. Not he didn't hate me and nothing like that. But we wasn't like, yo, because I'm a type of person. If you from DC, I got love for you, bro. I got love. You know, you my DC dude. I'm gonna look out for you just because I feel like we home. But nah, you know, I didn't feel like that from him. I remember he asked me what my intro was. What you want to say is your intro. And at the time, I think I was 22, and I was headlining some spots around the country. And I said, can you say I'm the youngest headliner, you know, comedy? He's like, nah, I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, motherfucker, you asked me what you want me to say. I told you I want to say that. No, I ain't gonna say that. So, you know, but no, man. I again, I don't hate Martin, but fuck it, nigga. That nigga ain't never done nothing for me, and I don't have no problem with him. But I don't have no, you know, what it is. You know, I'm happy he's from DC, and I've always been a fan. But a couple times I ran into him, and nigga, you know, it is what it is. You know, he ain't like, yo, Pierre. It's like, hey, what's up, nigga? All right, fuck it then. You know. But I ain't like, and I'm not that type of guy. If you ask anybody around me, I'm gonna show you love. Fuck it, man. You know, especially if you're from DC.
Or you hear good and bad about him. We fans, so it'd always be love. We don't know him like that.
Of course.
So we know how to separate the two as grown men. But
sure.
As a fan, it's kind of unfortunate to hear that. But we all men, and some people like it, some people fucking don't. It is what it is.
There it is.
You know what I mean,
what do you feel about we see these battles that they got, these versus battles with rappers, R&B singers. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about comedian battles? Would you ever partake in one? And what's your general, you know, sense of those, good or bad?
Comedy's a little bit different because you need a response. You know, you really need a response. Like an audience. I feel like you need an audience. It's a little tougher. I've done a couple little Zoom ones, but I actually did when the pandemic first hit. I had a little stand up in my house. I mean, I literally had a chair, a microphone, a stand. You know, I did the whole thing to perform for people. And I remember I'm performing to nobody. Well, just my assistant was there, you know, with the camera. But got a lot of love for putting a major effort, not just sitting in front of a camera like this, you know, and doing it. I actually stood up and did the whole stand up thing. But I don't think it's you know, stand up comedy is such a beautiful art form. I just think it needs to be enjoyed in person. You know, in person, right then and there, get the feeling of it. But yeah, just on live audience in front of you, huh?
If it was done live, like you with another comedian across from each other, almost like the Wildin' Out type thing.
Right, but how would it be done? Like you do one joke and then stop, and get a laugh, and say, "All right, then your turn. You do a joke now." You know, like that. Comedy got to have a flow to it. You know, once I'm rolling, I don't want to stop. Shit, you know, because remember those songs they playing. Those are songs they have produced in a studio. It's already tight. And they know, you know what I'm saying? Let me see a versus where niggas gotta, you know, gotta actually do it. Girls gotta sing right then and there, each line. You know what I'm saying? Now it'd be totally different. But to play a record you have and sing along with it, nah. I mean, shit.
How about something like this? Because you talked about Joe's, and we all capped and did all that, went at each other back in the day, kind of like old school. What if some of our favorite comedians took it back to the playground and did something like that and kind of kept it that kind of format? Would you think that?
Now I like that, but brother. It is a different. See, now people can make stars of themselves without putting themselves in that position. Because let a nigga get capped on too hard and embarrassed, then you know what I'm saying? He feel like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? But back in the days when you didn't have no outlet but HBO or WB or whatever you had, you know, you had to kind of, fuck it, I want to be seen. Let me do this. Now comics don't have to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. The top comics ain't gonna do that. They're like, nah, son, fuck that. I ain't get myself embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I can get online and do my little skits or whatever I got to do. So, but I think it's, you know, on my show on if you go to YouTube, Comic Pierre, I have a thing where I just did two different versions of you know, snap battle. In fact, tomorrow we do the third version. You know, I got some of the best comics from Atlanta who can snap and put them together. But you ain't gonna get no real heads, you know, no old heads up in there. They ain't about to do that shit. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, they didn't want to get beat up too bad. I hear that.
Hell yeah, egos.
Let's transition a little